first time doing a corn maze, baby!
Hey guys, today's video is a little bit different. Fall has finally fully arrived here in Minnesota, and I have a few little clips from here and there that I kind of wanted to put together as a little fall tribute video. I actually haven't been to an orchard or a pumpkin patch or anything like that since I moved to Minnesota over 5 years ago, and I decided that this year we were going to fulfill that real-life Stardew Valley need. There was barely anybody here, it was a weekday, we had the whole place to ourselves basically, and we did a corn maze. It was my first ever corn maze I've ever done, and it was really fun. A lot of creepy birds, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and I had a great time, honestly. Initially, my plan for the day was to get some pumpkins and go apple picking, but then after paying $25 for a small bag to pick apples with and $10 for the corn maze, I looked at the pumpkin prices and just about shit my pants. Some of them were honestly $45 for some of the slightly larger pumpkins. Who's out here paying that? Who's out here buying a $45 pumpkin? I want to know who. Who's doing it? Anyway, after spending as much as my cheap old ass wanted to, we found the free stuff. Found a ring on a hook, which after about 10 minutes of playing with it, we tested to see if the ring could actually go on the hook, and it turns out that no, the string was just slightly too tight, too short, and we were suckers to the game. Thank God it was free. And we found the animals who were chilling in their shelter because it was windy as heck out. There were 2 goats and 2 sheep and a whole bunch of chickens, and it was so much fun. I would have come here just for them if I would have known that they were here. I dream of having my own little hobby farm one day, but your girl can't afford that luxury right now, so maybe when I'm old. After that, it was time to go pick our apples! We picked a variety and shoved as many as we could into our tiny expensive bag. A lot of the apples didn't really look that great, but we were kind of late in the season for the variety we were getting, and you know what they say about a tiny apple?
I think
It's
so.
just a tiny apple.
Double apped up on a Thursday afternoon. Hey.
So the majority of the rest of the video is basically just me making pie and dinner for Thanksgiving. Don't be fooled, Americans, you didn't time jump, it's Canadian Thanksgiving. One of the sick perks of being Canadian in the States is that you get 2 Thanksgivings, and that kind of rules, because I love stuffing, and I love turkey, and I love gravy, I love all that stuff, it's so good. So here I am just making sort of a rough puff sort of pie dough, shoving all those crumbs together and then rolling out into a long rectangle, and I fold it in on itself about 3 separate times, and this kind of creates those cheater butter layers so you get a super flaky pie crust. If that's your jam, it's totally mine. I would absolutely just eat a nice pie crust on its own, maybe a little jam, a little cream. God, I love butter. I don't know about you, but when I make my apple pies, I like to sort of gently pre-cook the sliced apples with some sugar and spices, and then once they've let all their juices go, I strain it off and return that juice back to the pan, and I cook it down a tiny bit, and then I thicken it up with some cornstarch. Easy peasy, apple squeezy. Then I just pour that back over the par-cooked apples and let that cool before filling my pie with it. It's so good. Check out these cheater layers. Now here's the best part, trying to roll a circle out of a rectangle. My favorite. I kind of managed to do it a little bit. Didn't do a great job, but it still fits, so that's okay, right? I like to pre-bake the bottom of my pie crust, but I haven't done it at home in so long that I forgot. I didn't have proper weights to weigh it down, and it kind of puffed up a bit, turned out really ugly, but you know what, that's alright. We're going for a rustic look today. As long as we prevent a soggy bottom, I am happy, and so is Paul Hollywood. I did a hideous little fork press to mush the top and bottom together, brush with egg wash and sprinkled with coarse sugar, and bake. Now it's stuffing time. Stuffing, dressing, whatever you want to call it, I am obsessed. I used to not like it when I was a kid because for some reason I didn't want to try it, so I thought that I didn't like it. Like, kids are so weird. Why was I like that? It's so good. And then one year I tasted the stuffing before it went into the oven and I was like, oh god, this is actually super good. So now I just do exactly what my mom did, which was add some extra shit to some stovetop stuffing. We're a bougie household. Do not come at me with your hard sourdough crust stuffing. I don't want it. Then I just chopped up some parsnips, carrot, and potatoes for a little roasted veg on the side. Parsnips here sometimes come coated in wax, which is super, super satisfying to crack off. Oh my god, I wish you could do it. It feels so good. It sounds so good. It is supremely satisfying. While I had the last few things baking in the oven, I decided it was time to put out the meager amount of Halloween decorations that we have, aka my beloved skeleton dog and some spooky lanterns, and a cute little fall wreath. I also have some pumpkins, but we don't have the hay bales yet, so the look is not fully complete, okay? Don't judge me. It looks so weird without height. But I love that skeleton dog. He's my favorite. And here we have it. Here's our little Thanksgiving dinner for two. Are we drinking raspberry ale out of white wine glasses? Hell yeah, we are, because we never get to use them, and I love them, and I think they're pretty. But here is the main event. Here's the moment everybody's waiting for after dinner. Pie. It is pie time. You know you are soggy bottom free when the entire pie moves in the pan while you're trying to cut it. Heck yes. Cut that baby up, slap some vanilla ice cream on there, and call me daddy. It may not be beautiful, but oh my god, it was so good. We ate that whole pie in 2 days. Do not ask me how my diet is going, because it is not going anywhere. Well, that's it, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me during this weird little fall video. I send fall vibes your way, whatever that means to you for wherever you are in the world. Love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!